Peace and blessings, snipers in the making and/or students of the trading game. My name is Delonte Brady, six-figure earner and creator of the Snip3rs Anonymous Trading course and creator of the Snip3rs Anonymous Trade Tracker. This is the tutorial and the first video of many in a series of videos where I'll be explaining the uses and the different functions of the trade tracker. For this video, we'll just be going over some simple instructions, some things to keep the trade tracker safe and you from disrupting any of the formulas and running into any technical difficulties. The first thing we're going to do is head over here to the Read Me tab. Now, after you've read all of this information, you always want to check to make sure what version you have and when was the last time it was updated. Remember, you can always log back into the site where you purchased the trade tracker, and you can always re-download the latest version of the trade tracker, because this is a continuous project and will be dependent on students and users of the trade tracker feedback on how to make this function better and any features that you guys would like added. Now, if there's any feedback that you would like to leave for the Snip3rs Anonymous Trade Tracker, or if you run into any technical issues and you need support, you want to look here, support and community, and you want to email support, which is admin@snipsersanonymous.com. But now let's get into journaling our trades. So this is the journal tab. This is where you'll be doing most of your inputs, entries, stop losses, notes, things like that. And so the first thing we're going to do is add our account balance. Now, once you add the account balance, you see all the values popped up in the different cells. That is the only time that you'll ever have to enter your account balance. Once you enter in that first column, or once you enter in that first row, which is row 7, it'll auto populate after you've entered your trade. So that's not something that you'll have to touch again. Okay, next we're going to fill in the date, and here you'll never have to fill in the day of the week. This is a row you'll never have to touch. Next, we're going to enter the time. Just remember that this does operate on military time. So if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then you want to put 1300, 2 o'clock, 1400, so on and so forth. Next, you want to select the pair. Select if we're buying or selling. Say this is a buy. Order type, market execution. Next, we'll choose the session. It's 1 o'clock, so technically this is still the New York session. Now, when it comes to lot size, this is entered manually, and you want to think MetaTrader 4. So if we're going to use a 10-cent lot, we're going to put 0.01. That will be considered 10 cent. Next, we'll enter price. Next, we'll enter our stop loss, take profit. We'll enter our reason for entry. Next, we'll set our confidence. Now, exit price is where you actually exited the market, whether it's by take profit, stop loss, or manual close. You want to record whatever that price is. For this trade, we'll say it hit take profit, so we'll enter take profit price. Now, once I enter that price, you can't see it, but to the right here, everything already auto-populated. So you have your pip value, the pips that was gained or lost for the trade, the profit, net loss, how many pips you risked, and then what was the risk percentage of your total account for this particular trade, and your planned risk to reward ratio. This will be considered a 1-to-2, and then the realized risk to reward ratio. So what did you actually achieve? Did you close the trade out early? Because that's going to change your actual realized risk to reward ratio. You see your account balance updated on its own. And let's scroll back to the left, and you'll see the updated account balance is now in the next row. Now let's enter the time that we exited. So let's say it was a couple hours later, and we're going to add the exit date within the same day. And as you can see, that updated the duration of the trade. Now keep in mind, this is going to be in hours and minutes, so this would be considered a 3-hour trade. We're going to select our method of exit, take profit hit, and here you can journal any emotions that you felt before, during, or after the trade. In columns GS and GT, you see there is a deposit and withdrawal column. This is actually worked in to the trade tracker. And so when you deposit money into your account or when you make withdrawals, that will reflect in the balance, but it won't affect the equity cumulative. All right. You want to keep track of what your profit net loss is, and this journal is going to allow you to do that no matter if you deposit or withdraw money from it. Now, before we head over to the dashboard, let me enter in one trade really quick so we can actually see what that looks like as an equity curve. All right, now let's head over to our dashboard. We'll hit the tab down here. And as you can see, this is the beginning of the equity curve. Now, that equity curve won't pop up after the first trade. You have to enter more than one trade for it to pop up. But this is where you're going to keep track of how you're trading. You're going to be able to see a visual representation of where you are in your trading journey, which helps so much with performance. Over here to the left, your dashboard is going to keep track of the total trades that you've taken, your win percentage, your average realized risk to reward ratio, the total number of pips you've accumulated, your total profit net loss, what is your average risk per trade, and then what the current balance of your account is. If you like to, here you can enter whatever the name of your account is. So maybe it's a funded account. So let's say FTMO account 1. Now you can keep track of that particular account with this trade tracker. And that wraps it up for this first tutorial. You should now have a basic understanding of how to operate the Snip3rs Anonymous Trade Tracker without disturbing any of the formulas. I look forward to seeing you all in class, in the chats, and on the charts. And always remember to stay safe but stay dangerous, discipline over profits, and faith over everything.